just taking a nap. All right, here we go. Fears. Audience. Audience. Fears. How oughtest thou? Thouest is good, but tired. I've been sleeping all day. Sleep, sleep, sleep. The only thing I did was I went to the grocery store and I went to get my car washed. The Fears mobile was so dirty, it was beyond belief. It was pretty bad, guys. It was like crying out, Fears, 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 please wash me, please wash me. And I went, okay. I'm like, I'll wash you. So that's about it. That's all about what Fears is done. So yeah. So washed car, and then slept, got home from work. Work's good. Work is going good. Work is going spectacular. And now time for a Fears podcast. Big news. Big news. Oh yeah. Tomorrow, lunch with Sam, golfing with Sam, and then big video game live stream with Sam. So I'm looking forward to that. Spectacular. I am looking forward to that. Looking forward to it. So it's going to be good. Without further ado, we're going to be reviewing Scream 3. Scream 3. There's 3 in the collection. Fears has finally finished this entire thing. So, yeah. And plus, still screaming, and Scream: The Inside Story. These are documentaries, which I've already watched, but I hadn't watched Scream 1, 2, and 3, and I've had this for months now. I've had this for a year. So finally I finished it, and now it's going to be able to go onto my Blu-ray shelf. So we're going to review Scream 3, which, I'll be honest, I liked Scream 3 a little bit better than Scream 2. Scream 2 is kind of boring, So there it is. So we're going to be reviewing that. Then we're going to be reviewing Death Rage, which I forgot to grab. Hang on. So we're going to be reviewing Death Race. Sorry, I forgot to grab it. And then I'm going to be answering your guys' art questions about my art. And I'll take some art questions off the internet because I've been enjoying these questions. I'm bringing it back. But I hope you guys are doing well. Man, oh man, it is hot outside today in Florida. It's a scorcher. It's like 93 degrees out there. Pretty nuts. And as you guys can tell, no coffee today. Fears ran out of coffee, so I'm having some lemonade. But what better drink, though, to drink on the Fears podcast? It's hot outside. A nice cool glass of lemonade. It's very appropriate. All right. Thank you for the 2 likes. Somebody just sent me 2 likes. I appreciate that. So, guys, I showed my mom a picture of the Fears Vlogs mug, and she went, oh, that's cool. She's like, who made you that? She goes, one of your YouTube fans? I said, yep. I said, Mom, not only is he a YouTube fan, I said, he's my buddy. I said, I'm going to go hang out with him next year. And then she was like, oh, yeah, you kind of told me about that trip. But I was thinking, since I'm not going to be able to visit Pixel this year, because Pixel said he's just so busy with like conventions and a whole bunch of other stuff. I was like, well, maybe I could come visit Visions this year. Because I don't want to wait a whole year, you know what I'm saying? But I wrote to Visions and said, hey, Visions, what do you think about that idea? I'm like, I'll have to wait a whole other year to visit you. And he went, well, Fears, he goes, I'll be honest. He goes, I did promise my girlfriend that I'm going to take her on a trip. He goes, as soon as I find out when that trip is happening, I'll let you know if you can come or not this year. And I said, yeah. I said, of course. I said, take care of the lady first, Take care of the lady first. But I said, the minute you know, let me know. Because, guys, I would love to go visit Visions even more sooner than, you know. Yo, 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 yo! Heroes and Villains and Collectibles is in his house. Heroes, I get some stream time back on March 27th, so only a couple more days, and then I'll have you on, buddy, because, man, brother, it's been a while since I've had you on, so yeah. So, yeah. Give me 1 second. There we are. All right, I'm going to write Lord Visions. And I'm going to let him know I'm streaming. I did let him know. He could be working right now. I have no idea. But yeah, so Visions is going to let me know the moment when he knows. Because he said he's going to take his girlfriend on a trip. And I said, well, yeah, I get it. So yeah, I am streaming right now. So come when you can. Come when you can. All right. So hopefully Visions will be on his way. There it is. All right. Cool, cool, cool. We got 3 people watching. Thank you. So Vision. I mean, not Visions. Jesus. Heroes. Are you still at work right now, or are you off? And how's work been going, buddy? Put it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. Work has been going good, guys. We were just so busy yesterday. Oh, my God. We had 45,000, which that's kind of in the middle. It's not too much. It's not too little. It's just, you know, I didn't get out of there until 9:05. 9:05. And then I thought, oh, I'll just stay up and get a whole bunch of errands done. No, as soon as I got home, I crashed. Like, I didn't even mean to. I just set my stuff down, and I accidentally fell asleep in my work clothes. I woke up at around 1, and I was like, oh, shit, I need to get these, like, gross work clothes off and get a shower. I literally just collapsed on the couch because I was that fucking tired. So, Heroes and Villains, I'm sure you've done that before. You know, when you get tired after a work day, it sucks. So, at around 1 o'clock, I was like, this is disgusting. I got to get a shower. So, I quickly got a shower, went out to the grocery store, got that done, and then got my car washed, because let me tell you something, the Fears Mobile was grimy. It was bad. And when I mean bad, it was really bad. So I went and got that done. So, yeah. So, but yeah, besides that, everything's going pretty good. I hope you guys are having a good day. It's going good. It's going really, really, really good. And man, this lemonade that I got from the store, pretty good. Pretty good. Do you guys like lemonade? Let me know. Let me know. Sadly, though, I got to go to the store again tomorrow after I hang out with Sam because I ran out of coffee. I went to go grab some, and I was like, oh, shit, there's no coffee at my coffee station. I said, hang on. I said, there should be some coffee, you know, in the cupboard. I went to the cupboard. I was like, nah! I could have sworn I had some coffee left, but apparently not. But there it is. Alrighty. Alrighty, ready. Alright, here we go. There we are. So, Heroes and Villains, what you been up to, man? What have you been up to? What have you been up to? How's work been? He must be at work because he's not responding. So, Heroes and Villains could still be at work. Anyway, shout out to the 4 people watching me. Hopefully one of them is Lord Visions. Lord Visions. Alright, well, we're going to start. Here we go. Scream 3. I actually love it way more than Scream 2. Scream 2 is a carbon copy of Part 1, except Sidney Prescott's in college. At least in the third one. You know, she's got her own house. She thinks she's safe. She's like, maybe if I live alone and hide. Nope, Ghostface finds her. And they kill Cotton Weary right off the bat. Right off the bat, he's one of the main characters, so they kind of brought back kind of like the Drew Barrymore thing, killing off your main character within 20, I think he's only in the film 20 minutes. If that. They kill him off. Ghostface is looking for Sydney. And then he basically just says, where is she, Cotton? He goes, you got one chance. He goes, if not, I'm killing your girlfriend. And he's like, you do anything to Christina, I swear to God, I'll rip your fucking head off. And he's like, wrong answer. And then Cotton's like, oh shit. And then you just see him flying through the streets of L.A. Flying through the streets. And, you're smoking a blizzy. Okay, well, that makes sense. Well, dude, have a fun weekend, buddy. Have a fun weekend. So then the police get involved, and then the reason why I like number 3 so much better than number 3, it's kind of cool to see Ghostface killing people on a movie set. Because they're making a movie, they're making Stab 3 in part 3. And he starts killing off celebrities, and it's nuts. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right, this is starting to get interesting. This is really starting to get interesting, right? So then there's a twist at the end. It's Sydney's brother. Oh, shit. You find out it's Sydney's brother. Brother Dearest goes off on a mad, psychotic killing spree. And, of course, Sydney, sexy Sydney, takes down Roman Bridger, which is his name in the film, Sydney's brother. Visions! Yo! Vision says, my friend Violet said she was going to be mad if you gave Scream 3 a bad review. Oh, no. No, Visions. No. I don't like Scream 2 because it's a carbon copy, of Scream 1, but I like Scream 3. So I'm going to give Scream 3 an 8.5. So that's pretty good. Violet, nice to meet you. I guess Violet is hanging out with Lord Visions. Visions? Is that Mrs. Vision's friend, or is that your friend, or what's going on, buddy? Shame. No, I'm just joking. It's probably just his friend. Shout out to Lord Visions and newcomer Violet. Well, Visions, you got to get Violet to subscribe. Have her subscribe to Fears Vlogs and Fears Man 26. Maybe I'll get to hang out with Violet, whenever I come to visit Lord Visions. Visions, I was telling everybody that I'm gonna try to come and see you even before next year. I told everybody, I said, Visions said, well, Fears, I'll let you know. He goes, I'm planning to take Mrs. Visions on a trip. And I said, that's fine. I said, just let me know ASAP when that is. I said, when that is. I said, if I can come visit you sooner, because I don't want to wait a whole other year. I don't want to wait until next. Vision said the best time to come and visit is June and July, because it's nice and sunny. He said it rains a lot there, so there'll be no rain. June, July, August, that's a perfect time to come. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. So I told Visions, I said, Visions, let me know. I said, I don't want to ruin your trip, with Mrs. Visions. So, by the way, Violet, I don't know what Visions lady, what her name is, so I just always call her Mrs. Visions. So if Violet was like, wait a minute, I'm like I was just thinking of Visions. Violet's probably thinking, why the fuck is Fears saying Mrs. Visions? Visions isn't married. That's the reason why I call her Mrs. Visions, because she's with Visions. I don't know her name. I'm going to find out her name and Visions' name whenever I come to visit, So I'm looking forward to that. Vision says, I think she is. Okay, so she's friends with your girlfriend. Okay, and you guys are friends. All right, right on. Yo, Chicken Wizard. Good to see you, my friend. It's been a while. He says, yo, Fears, did you see Quantum Mania or The Whale, Mr. Fears? They're both on my bucket list. They are both on my bucket list, and it's going to happen. I've been buying a lot of movies, Chicken Wizard. Visions and Pixel have been suggesting hilarious horror movies, so I've been watching those. So Fears has got a lot on my bucket list up here that I have to remember, and I've written them down, Chicken Wizard and Vision. I've been writing these down. So, Visions, I kid you not, I cannot wait to watch that fucking hilarious, cheesy movie, The Car, because I watched the trailer. It's this fucking random black car just chasing people through the desert. Oh, it comes alive and shit. It's got a mind of its own. And it's just, and like the fucking sheriff's all like, you know, fucking six-shooter, like twirling his little gun and put it in his fucking gun belt and shit. I'm like, look, this ain't the Old West. You don't need to fucking twizzle your little, you know, gun belt and all that crap. Just fucking take the car down. Fucking rocket launcher the shit out of that fucking car. So I'm looking forward to it, buddy. But Violet, cheers. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Visions, I'm glad that you're getting your friends more into the podcast, buddy. Well, Violet, thank you in advance for subscribing to FearsMan26, Fears Vlogs. And if you haven't subscribed, Visions, get her to subscribe! I'm sure she will. I'm sure she will. Anyway, nice to meet you. Wonderful to meet you. Got to get that hilarious horror movie in so I understand. It's pretty important, Chicken Wizard. It's pretty important. Anyway, this is like half hilarious and half good. So, Violet, I'm going to give it an 8.5. I hope that's up to your standards. I'm going to give it an 8.5. I loved it because it took Ghostface and Sydney to other places past Woodsboro. Because, you know, you watch 1 and 2, I'm like, yeah, all right, we're all in Woodsboro and shit. Time to move the story along, right? So, my favorites so far in the Scream series are, of course, the first one. It would go in this order. Number 1, number 5, number 6, number 4. Oh, hang on. Number 1. Oh, shit, there's so many good ones. Number 1, number 3, 6, 5, 4, and then 2. That's the way I like all the movies. So, Fears would rate this at an 8.5. So, and it's a nice Blu-ray. Lots of bonus features, so I highly suggest it. And you get 2 documentaries. You get Still Screaming, which I watched last night, and then you get Scream, The Inside Story. So you get the 3 movies, Scream 1, 2, and 3. Then you get 2 documentaries on Scream. I watched them. Pretty good. And Fears loves documentaries. Visions, I just finished watching, you know, that documentary that I got from the library on how they make that Tampa beer. That was a pretty good documentary. I probably should re-rent it, re-watch it, and review it for you guys because that documentary was the shit. So, if I have time tomorrow after hanging out with Sam, I may go to the library and recheck it out. Sadly, Visions, no coffee. So I hate that I don't have coffee because I ran out. And this is Violet's first. Violet, usually the deal is, you know, I play the song. This is the song that I play. So since you're a first timer, this is my intro song to my podcast. So after I do a little sing and dance, Violet, then I go right into, yo, Fears, audience, Fears. That's what I always say. And then I grab my coffee, and I drink it. But sadly, no coffee. I ran out. So then I went to the cupboard, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, you know, I'm just, and I have a coffee station. I have a coffee station right over there, right? So, but sadly, no coffee. So it can't be a coffee station if there's no fucking coffee! Sorry. I lost it there just for a second. My bad. Anyway, I wasn't mad at all. I'm just joking around. Anyway, so then I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm sure I've got some coffee in the cupboard, right? Right? I go to the cupboard, open it up, and I'm like, well, son of a bitch, no coffee. So Visions, I apologize, no coffee. So, but it's very appropriate that I'm drinking lemonade because it is so hot outside. Visions, you wouldn't want to wear all your black goth clothes today, buddy. It is 95 out there. Oh, my Lord. Visions, I'm just joking. I'm sure you've got more than black clothes, buddy, but I was just joking around. I mean, I know you, but you embrace the gothage. You know, you got the gothage. So Vision said, I went and saw Creed 3 last night, finally. The final fight had some great choreography, and the film style was great, especially the MM fight alone. Yeah, I loved it. See, I told you you'd love it, Visions. Visions took my advice, and he went and saw it. But last week, I saw a double feature, man. I saw Creed 3, and I saw Shazam. And I was like, I told everybody, I'm like, listen, Shazam's great, but he's no Fears man, you know? Visions, did you tell your friend Violet that Fears Man has got his own superhero? That's right, Violet. If you go to Fears Man 26 on YouTube, that's my main channel, you will meet the almighty powerful Fears Man. He's the greatest superhero of all time. He's got the greatest power of all times. He can look into his villains' minds, and whatever they fear, he can use that fear against them. He's the almighty Fears Man. He crushes his villains into dust. The rivers will run red with Fears Man's villains' blood. That's right. That's right. So, Visions, how long have you and Violet been friends? Probably as long as you and your girlfriend's been going out, right? Well, Violet, she says, my friend Violet said she was going to be mad if you gave Scream 3 a bad review. Well, Violet, I hope you don't mind. I gave Scream 2 a bad review because Scream 2 is fucking horrible. But Scream 3, double thumbs up. It's amazing. It is amazing. It is amazing, my friends, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I watched it last night. I watched this last night before work. And by the way, Violet, I work nights. So I'm like a vampire in the night, and I work nights. I work at a factory. And then, right before work, I watched Death Race. Both good movies, if I do say so myself. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was up. They were good movies. But yeah, Visions, keep me updated because I told the fans. I said if I can come and visit Visions, Lord Visions, way before next year, I will because I'm in need of a vacation, man. Fears is stressed out. I need some vacation time. I need some sleepy time. I need some relax time. So what better way to relax than go hang out with Lord Visions and sit in his coffin all day? I'm just joking. But no, that's going to be a fun trip. So, but I don't want to get in the way of taking you and your lady, to a trip. So get that trip done with your lady and then let me know when you're free and then Fears will come. Because I don't want to wait until next year. Man, that sucks. I mean, I will if I have to. But if I don't have to, because I only have to give my work Visions 3 weeks in advance. I have to give them 3 weeks in advance to say, hey, I'm taking some time off because they have to find, while I'm gone, they have to find people to replace me. So if I'm going to come visit for 4 or 5 days or a week or however long I'm going to come, then they'll be, all right, Fears is gone, so we need to find shifts for this guy, and this guy. So that's why they request it 3 weeks in advance. So let me know if we can do the trip this year instead of next year, because I would love to get it done ASAP. The sooner I get to come and visit, the sooner me and Visions can make the freaking vlog of the century, man. I'm telling you, this hangout is going to be like the hangout of all hangouts, hangouts. Boozing, going nuts, going ballistic. Strip clubs, galore. Yeah. That's right. No, I'm just joking. Well, I mean, if Visions wants to, there you are. But I don't know. I don't want to make Mrs. Visions mad. I don't want to make her mad, so, Plus, Visions said the whole Visions family is excited to meet Fears. Well, I'm excited to meet them. And now I'm excited to meet Violet. I'm gonna be meeting a lot of new people. Violet, Visions family, Visions, Twinkle Toes. Twinkle Toes, I could do without meeting because Visions, that guy kind of freaks me out a little bit. I'll be honest, but I'll meet him. I'm nervous. I'm nervous to meet him. The gimp mask. That's not my thing, man. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. But Fears will plug away. I'll plug away real strong. Anyway, no, we joke, we kid. I am a little nervous, but I cannot wait to come. It's going to be fun. Fears needs to shave. I got this rockin' 5 o'clock shadow going nuts. Ooh. I'm telling you, I'm like a wild animal, man. Fears just shaved a day ago. 1 day ago. And look at this. Nah. Seriously, I can't keep the hair off my body, you know? It just keeps coming in. It is a nice 5 o'clock. I like to rock the 5 o'clock shadow sometimes, Visions. Not all the time, sometimes. Violet, what do you think? What do you think of the 5 o'clock shadow? Yay or nay? Visions, let me know what she thinks. Let me know what she thinks. By the way, how long have you and Violet been friends? I'm just curious. All right, let's get Death Race. Anyway, so 8.5. 8.5 on Scream 3. Check it out. Death Race. Okay, they've made so many shitty sequels to this. The first Death Race is amazing. The second Death Race, it's all right. It's still good. It's still okay. They've got like 7 of them now, or 8, or whatever the hell it is. I've lost track. I have lost track on how many Death Races they've made. All the other sequels are crap, shit, garbage. The first one is epic. Let's see. Vision says she has one too, so I'm sure she thinks it's cool. Oh wait. What? Oh, she has this? She has this, Visions? Oh, nice. Nice. Well, that would be appropriate because Violet just said, "Hey, don't give Scream 3 a bad rating." So she's got this Blu-ray. Sweet. That's what's up. Well, hey, Violet, I'm glad that you have the same Blu-ray. It's a good Blu-ray. I mean, you get 2 documentaries with it. Hell yeah. Plus shit tons of bonus features. And I went to film school, so I love me some bonus features. I love how they make movies. So yeah. But anyway, with this one, too many sequels. There's like 9 or 10 sequels from this bitch. The first one is great. The second one's all right. I don't know if Fears will get the whole series because I've watched them all, and they have almost all of them at my library. And they suck. I mean, beyond belief. The first one is action-packed, though. So basically, they wrongly accuse this guy, and the reason why they do it is because they need him to drive. It's like set in the future, and the future is like gone to shit. This future is gone to shit. And all the prisons, I'm sorry, not all the prisons. This prison has a unique way of how they treat their inmates. So whoever inmates wants to participate in this game, if they succeed, then they get out early on parole. If they don't, then they die for the love of the game. And they televise it and all that shit. And so the main driver, his name is Frankenstein, he dies. So the warden has to get a new driver. And so she says, I want this guy to portray, I want you to portray Frankenstein. And he's like, why the hell would I want to do that? And so she makes up some bogus charges, Visions. So that's why she gets him in there. And then he's like, yeah, you can go fuck yourself. I'm not driving. And then she's like, well, you have a kid. So if you want to see your kid ever again, you'll drive. So at first he plays by the rules, starts driving. And then he's like, well, the hell with this. He goes, I didn't do anything. He goes, I'm escaping. He finally escapes. He kills the warden. He gets away with it. And then he gets to be with his family again. And everybody lives happily ever after. The action sequences are great. The explosions are great. It's a real good, if you're a guy, it's a real good blow-me-up movie. Like, you know all those great blow-me-up movies? RoboCop, fucking Terminator, You Are Terminated, all that fucking bullshit. It's a real man's man movie. So if you like those man's man movies, blow-me-up shit, you'll love it. 9.5 for this. All right. That's my analysis. That's my analysis on that one. All right. But Vision, I think it's really cool that Violet's got the same Blu-ray. That's pretty cool. But yeah. No, Visions, you haven't answered my question. How long have you guys been friends? How long have you and Violet been friends? You know, were you guys friends before you met Mrs. Visions? Or have you guys always been friends? Let me know. I'm just curious. You know, since you introduced your new friend, Violet. Also, guys, I have been watching a lot of the new MacGyver. The new MacGyver is right there. The old MacGyver is over there. There's the old MacGyver right there. Well, that's season 1. All the rest of the seasons are up there, but the new MacGyver is right there. So I have the DVD open, and then there's all the discs. That's a lot of MacGyver, Visions. The new MacGyver, it's all right. It's good. I like it, but not as much as the old MacGyver. But MacGyver has 2 things that Fears also has. I've got an epic pocket knife that my dad gave me. You guys have seen it. MacGyver's got a fucking pocket knife. And just like how MacGyver's always got a plan, Fears has always got a plan. I'm the most organized person you'll ever meet. Ever. I've got a plan, and then if that plan falls through, then I've got enough. So when people's like, Fears, you've always got a plan. I'm like, yeah, damn right. You're more organized. You get more shit done if you plan. If you're just all willy-nilly, yeah, whatever, it'll get done when it gets done. Crap. Garbage. Organize your time off. Organize your week so you get tons of shit done. I'm always busy. Violet, if there's one thing you'll learn about Fears today, Fears loves making content for his YouTube channel, and Fears is very organized. My entire apartment, everything's got its own little place everywhere. Everything is clean, neat, symmetrical, everything. It's all good. But yeah. And if you live your life that way, it's a more nicer life. If you live in chaos, that's just not good. That's not good. Not good at all. So take Beers' advice. The only time I don't plan, I'll be honest, the only time I don't plan is on vacations and on the weekend. Because that's when you relax. I usually just let the weekend and the vacation come to me. And then if someone says, hey, you want to go miniature golf with Fears? I'm like, yep, sounds good. That's when I'm willy-nilly and I go with the flow. But if it's time to get shit done, I hate procrastination. Hopefully that's the right way you say it. I hate procrastinators. Yeah, I'll get it done whenever. Get it done fucking now. Why are you putting it off? I hate that shit. I hate it. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the reviews. All right. Time for the last. And I had to make this. I had to make this stream kind of quick because, I'm gonna make it as quick as possible because I don't feel like cooking tonight, and I want to go to one of my favorite places and eat for dinner, and then I need to go to the store and buy some more coffee because I ran out. So yeah. But yeah. All right. So I'm going to take your guys' art questions. So Visions, everybody in the chat, Violet, if you got an art question for Fears, because I did go to film school, put your art questions in the comments, and I'll answer your guys' art questions. So we're doing art questions today. And while you guys are coming up with some questions, I'm going to take some art questions off the internet. All right, so here we go. So let me pull some up. So if you guys got any questions about Fears' art, or my art school that I went to, or anything that revolves around art, ask it. Ask it. All right, here we go. All right, so the first question. Hang on. Let's see here. Let's find some good ones. Let's see. What ideas do you have? I'm sorry. The question is, what were some of the first ideas that you had when you started to become an artist and making art? Ooh. Well, as far as I can go back, Visions. The very first doodles of Fears Man were my first attempts at art. And they were just funny little kind of scribbles of a superhero. Yo, Joy Boy, what's going on? Joy Boy, you made it to the very end. We're doing art questions, so anything that you've got to ask me about my art or my film school or any of my videos, because my videos are considered art, ask it. Also, I'm going to take some art questions off the internet. Got the light of Jesus coming through the window. It's pretty sunny outside. It's like 95 degrees out there. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty hot. So anyway, Visions, Joy Boy, Chicken Wizard, who else is here? Chicken Wizard, Heroes and Villains and Collectibles. Ask your art questions for Fears. Go nuts. I would consider Visions an artist too. He makes meme art. for his website, which, by the way, it's great meme art. So check it out, www.lordvisions.com. I'm sorry, it's not Lord Visions. It's www.exhumvisions.com. Check it out. Buy some cool shit. Fears buys stuff there all the time. I buy it. It's great. Right. And the new thing, the new addition to the Exhumed Visions collection that Fears has, Visions was kind enough and nice enough. He gave me a free mug, the No Sleep mug, because I had Visions pay for the official. He designed the official Fears Vlogs mug. I've been thoroughly enjoying it, Visions. But Visions, out of the kindness of his heart, gave me a new mug, an extra mug. So Visions, I really appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. You are a nice, kind man. You're a good friend. You're a good YouTube fan of mine. You're the best, bud. I appreciate that. That's why I want to come and see you as soon as possible, man, because I want to hang out. Fears wants to suck down a couple of beers. That's right, man. Beers with Fears. Cheers, my lovely dears. All right. Next question. What idea do you feel is the most interesting and why about art? About my art? Well, I wanted to make a funny superhero. So, that idea was always in Fears' mind. I was like, man, I want to make a funny superhero. So, I would say that idea is the most important in Fears Man's life when it comes to my art. What do you hope to learn or achieve with your artwork? Expressing myself. I love painting, I love drawing, I love editing, I love filmmaking. Why does anyone do art? To express themselves artistically. That is the main reason why people make art. Another reason people make art, it depends on what art you make. If people go to an art museum and they see paintings, they're like, man, I would love to be a painter. You know what? Fuck it. I'll try my hand at painting. So they get inspired by other people's art. And if you guys don't know, Fears is the artist of my family. I'm the black sheep of the family. My brother has a boring 9-to-5 job. He's a mechanical engineer. He makes a lot of money. And I'm very proud of my brother, and I love my brother. But I would blow my brains out if I was a mechanical engineer. I'm just saying. I have no interest in it. That's why me and my brother differ. And my brother, he's not really into art. I have to have art in my life. I have to have a way to express myself creatively. So yeah. When you first started making art, what materials did you? When you first started making art, what were the first materials you started with? A piece of paper and a pencil. Fears was doodling away. I was doodling away. And Visions, I have most of the original doodles of Fears Man. So maybe one day you'll get to see them. I think they're here. They may be in Missouri. I can't remember where. I have a massive notebook full of doodles. But yeah. Joyboy says, that was nice of Visions. It was nice. But you know what, Joyboy? I've never asked Visions for any extra goodies. He does it out of the kindness of his heart, and I really appreciate that. That's why I plug Visions' website so much, because he deserves it. Visions is a great and loyal friend. He's a good guy. That's why I cannot wait to meet him. Hell yeah, Visions. Visions just put 2 beers clashing in the chat. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Rip off that shirt and show us the giant Fears Man tattoo. Well, listen, there is no Fears Man tattoo, but since Visions has a friend here, Violet, Visions, I'll show Violet something, because Visions has seen it, Triple's seen it, Joyboy, I think you've seen my scar, but check this out. Violet, I was in a knife fight. I have a cut. Literally from here to here. A massive knife wound. No, I'm just joking. I wish it was something cool like that. No, Violet, 2 years ago, Fears got into an accident. I was 3 minutes away from work. Some idiot tried. It was my right of way. Some idiot tried to cut through the inner lane, and he went dead and fucking hit Fears. And a piece of metal went into my stomach. They had to cut that out. Plus, a blood vessel ruptured, and I was bleeding internally. And they said, if we don't do surgery and repair everything, you're going to die. And I went, well, that sucks. I don't want that to happen. So, yeah. Plus, it activated my Crohn's, and I was in the worst pain I've ever... So, there was, like, a lot of shit going on. So, Fears was in surgery for 6 hours. 6 fucking long hours. Oh, shit. It was nuts. So... Triple, I will show everybody my scar, because you guys haven't seen the scar in a while. It's doing good. It's doing good. It's doing all right. I mean, it's pretty much healed. I'm just going to have a long-ass scar on my body for the rest of my life. But, yeah, check it out. So, there it is. There's the scar from here to here. So, whoop, that's a long scar. That is a long scar, man. That is some crazy shit. Isn't that a big scar? I mean, that fucker is like that long. It's nuts. Yeah. Damn, man, that sucks. I cry some tears for Fears. I thought you already knew about that, Triple. It happened 2 years ago. I was in the hospital for, 14, 15 days? Thank God. I was so glad to get out of that fucking hospital. The food was horrible. The staff was nice. I'll give them that. The staff was wonderful. But they kept, like, steaming all the food. Like, they opened up your food, right? And they had this thing that pulls off of it. And I'm like, lady, I ordered a hamburger and some french fries. You don't have to steam a hot dog and hamburger or, french fries and shit like that. She goes, oh, no, we steam everything. And I'm like, why? Why do you steam everything? I'm like, I could see you steaming, like, bacon and eggs and shit like that. And I'll be honest, the breakfast stuff was the best. The lunch stuff that I had in the hospital sucked, and the dinner stuff that they had, oh god, it was fucking horrible. The breakfast stuff I always look forward to, because that breakfast stuff, you're supposed to steam that stuff, but all the other stuff, I'm like, why the fuck are these hilarious people steaming all the food? But I was nice. I didn't say anything. I just asked a question. I said, why do you guys steam everything? She goes, oh, well, sometimes it takes us a long time to serve everybody, so we steam everything. And I'm like, even a hamburger? Even french fries? Yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, why? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Right. Yeah, I knew about it. I just wanted to make the Tears for Fears joke. Well, it was quite the joke, buddy. It was quite the joke. Anyway, if you guys have got any art questions, let me know. Put them in the chat. I'm going to continue on with the art questions. So, but yeah. Visions. Ask Violet what she thought of the scar. It's pretty nuts. The scar it's nuts. It's sometimes I forget that I have that big scar. And then I'll get into the shower and I look down and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, there's the scar. I'm grateful to be alive. Fears could have almost died. I was that close. I could have almost died. I'm not even kidding. It was nuts. And then even though the surgeon, she was really nice, but she goes, well, Mr. Fears. And I loved how she called me Mr. Fears because no one calls me Mr. Fears, so I felt like, important for like half a second. She's like, Mr. Fears, I have to let you know, there's a very, 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 very slim chance that you could possibly die in this surgery. And I'm like, what? And she goes, well, it's very slim, but we have to tell you. And I'm like, thanks, I guess. I'm like, because in my mind, I'm like, I would have rather you not say anything, because now I'm going to be extra worried. And that was the first time I had ever had surgery. Oh, God. I was so nervous. And I did everything to talk my way out of it. I was like, I don't think I need this. They're like, no, Mr. Fears. They're like, that's not going to happen. You need this or you're going to die. They said you've ruptured a blood vessel. They said you have a piece of metal, not a big piece of metal, but a tiny piece of metal stuck in your stomach. And they said your Crohn's is activated. They said a whole bunch of shit's going on. They said you have to do this. And I was like, oh, okay. But I tried everything. I said, isn't there another way? Because I was so afraid of having surgery. And they're like, there is no other way. We have to cut you open. We have to get in there and assess the damage. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I remember I wheeled in. They wheeled me in. But the lady was very nice, the surgeon. She goes, Mr. Fears, you've got nothing to worry about. She goes, I've been doing this for 30 years. She goes, I'm the best surgeon in Orlando. And then she goes, trust me. She goes, I've seen a lot of stuff. And so then, of course, I'm a very inquisitive person. I was like, oh, yeah? I'm like, what have you seen? She goes, oh, I've done brain surgery. I've removed bullets from people's brains. I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, that's pretty standard. I'm like, what's one of the crazy things? She goes, someone swallowed some nails, and they had just nails sitting in their stomach, and I had to cut them open and take out all the nails. So that's pretty crazy. She goes, someone, they said they pulled someone out of a car one time, and he was missing like half of his jaw, and I had to click his jaw back into place and shit like that. I'm like, click his jaw back into place. And I'm like, well, what about his skin? She goes, yeah, the skin was gone, so we clicked his jaw back into place. And she was saying all this medical jargon that I had no idea what she was fucking saying, but I trusted her. I had to click the guy's jaw back into place, and then since like he was missing some flesh, I just had to, scrape some flesh off of another portion of his body, and then we sculpted the skin back on. She was telling me all this shit, and I'm like, right before my surgery, but I was like, well, Fears, you asked for it. You did ask. And I was like, okay. But she goes, so you've got nothing to worry about. She goes, I've been doing this for 30 years. She was a very sweet lady. After my surgery, when I started going to my therapy, because I went to therapy for a couple of weeks after my surgery, she was there, and she goes, you're making tremendous progress, Fears. She goes, most patients hate therapy. I was like, well, I want to get this crap over with. I said, I want to get back to my normal life. So I said, I'll do whatever you want me to do. She goes, yeah, sometimes we have to beg people to come to therapy. Sometimes we have to beg people. They said it helps. After the surgery, they said, after the surgery, your stomach's going to be kind of weak and it's going to hurt. So they said, in order for you to recover, you have to get up and walk once a day. I didn't get up and just walk once. I got up twice a day in the hospital for 15 days in the hospital and walked twice a day. It hurt. But they said, you're the best patient we've had in a while. She goes, most patients complain and bitch and moan. I said, why would I bitch and moan and make your guys' life miserable? I'm already feeling miserable because I just had surgery, but I said, you guys are just doing your job. I'm not going to bitch and moan and make your guys' life a living hell. I'm like, I would feel bad as a person. I'm like, no, you guys have got enough to deal with in here. I said, I'm not the only patient. I said, you guys got like 30, 40 other patients on this floor. So I'm like, if I acted like a bitch to you guys, I would feel horrible, you know? So it was quite the experience, though. But you know what? Violet Vision? I remember I woke up because they put that anesthetic shit on you. I woke up and I was like, man, I feel good. And I was just kind of like, hey, what's going on, guys? All right. And two nurses were here on the side of my bed, and then the main surgeon, she goes, well, Mr. Fears, we're all done. And I went, what? We're all done? I thought we hadn't started yet. So I asked her, I said, hey, when are we going to start? She goes, we're all done? She goes, 6 hours later, everything's good. She goes, I cut you open, fixed everything. You're all good. She's like, let's wheel you into your room so you can get some rest and get some sleep. And I went, oh, I'm like, well, that was easy. And she goes, yeah. She goes, did you feel anything? I went, no, nothing. She went, yep, super simple. And I was like, all right, cool. And I said, I'm going to go in here and get some sleep. And they wheeled me in. I was like, peace, deuce. And that was the best Fears nap I've ever had in my life. Let's see. Vision said she loved it. She's glad you didn't die. She said she'll call you Mr. Fears. Oh, nice. Well, I appreciate that, Violet. You don't have to call me Mr. Fears. I just thought it was hilarious that the surgeon, no one ever calls me Mr. Fears, So I was like, man, I feel important for like 2 seconds, So, yeah. But I remember the surgeon, she had the mask on. She was like, hello, Mr. Fears. And she leaned in and shit. And I'm like, oh, hey, hi. Because I'm in the bed. I'm like, oh, hi. Hey, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, nice to meet you. And nice to meet you. She's like, are you ready for me to cut you open? And I was like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, go for it. It was nuts. But she was a wonderful lady. And I even got her a thank you card. After all the therapy was done, Visions, I drove back. And she goes, oh, Mr. Fears. She goes, what are you doing here? She goes, all your therapy's done. I said, well, listen, I wanted you to know how much I appreciate you being there for every therapy session. She goes, oh, well, that's my job. I said, well, I wanted to show my appreciation and thank you. And I said, also, I know you said there was a very, 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 very slim chance of me dying. I said, I'm glad I didn't die, but I said, thank you for saving my life. And I said, I just wanted to get you this card. And so she read the card and she goes, that's so wonderful. She goes, I've gotten cards from other patients, but she goes, I'll tell you what. She goes, I haven't got a thank you card from anyone in about a year or two. So she's like, this means the world to me. She goes, I'm going to put it in my office. And I was like, oh, I said, well, great. I said, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And then I left. So, yeah. Yo, Richie says, the clicker challenge completed. Uh-oh. Let me go to your YouTube channel. What's this? What's the clicker challenge? Oh, Lord. What is this? Oh, this is a fake Richie because, look, there's no videos on here. So this is a fake Richie. So, yeah, you're gone. That's probably another troll. So, later. You know, and I'm quite displeased at you, fake Richie, because if it was the real Richie, I was looking forward to checking out some cool clicker content. But there was no great clicker content because you're a troll, and that's why you're gone. So, yeah. Let's see. All of the hot of age consenting goth doctor babes and nurses love the Bond tactical soap. I have no idea what the fuck that is. Bond tactical soap. Sounds freaky. Sounds freaky. Yeah, Violet, I'm not goth, so I have goth friends. Visions is one of them, but this is going to be a whole world of new goth whenever I come to visit Visions. So thank God I've got a lot of black t-shirts, you know. So I'll have to bring some black t-shirts to fit in, you know. But since I'm not goth, I'm going to bring some color. Not a lot, but I'll bring some color. Of course I'm going to be bringing some Exhumed Visions products to wear, because all my friends were like, Fierce, you're fucking hilarious. And I was like, well, what are you talking about? And he's like, Fierce, you can't honestly tell me that you're going to go meet your friend Visions and wear his products in front of Lord Visions. I'm like, hell yeah, I am. I'm like, why wouldn't I? I'm like, you got to show the support, man. You got to show the support. And he went, well, Fierce, he goes, don't you think that'll be too much if you wear Exhumed Visions products in front of Exhumed Visions? I'm like, no, he'll probably think it's hilarious. He'll probably get a kick out of it, you know? So, I'm not going to bring every shirt I own Visions, but I'm going to bring some of the classics. I'm going to bring, for sure, I'm bringing the Please Be Patient, I Have Crohn's one that you made me, and I'm definitely bringing, the fucking Return of the Living Dead shirt. Oh, fuck yeah. That's one of the greatest zombie films of fucking all time. Hell yeah. Visions is very goth. I know, yep. Well, Grapefruit, I've seen somewhat of a picture of Visions. He made a music video and he went, hey, Fierce, check this out. And he sent me a link. And he had this kind of shadow thing across his face. So I kind of could make out what he looks like, but kind of not. So I've kind of seen what Visions looks like. But I've never seen what Violet looks like. I've never seen what Mrs. Visions looks like. So this is going to be a treat. But Visions, the minute you find out when you're going to go take your lady on that, you said you're taking her on a southern trip, like down south or something. I can't remember. The minute you find out about that, you let me know. And if I can come visit you this year instead of next year, because I would love to do it this year. Because I was like, well, unfortunately, the Pixel trip fell through this year. So I was like, well, if I could do Visions this year and then do Pixel next year, there you are. Oh man, I'm tired. Oh. All right. Back to the art questions. If you guys have got any questions about art or my art that I make, you let me know. All right, let's see here. Let me pull up some more art questions. I've got to go here soon because one, I'm gonna go take another nap because I'm tired, and two, because I didn't get out of work until 9:05. We had a shitload of boxes at the factory. They just kept coming and coming and coming. And I'm like, I want to go home. I'm fucking tired. So yeah. All right. Well, here's a good one. Define art. What is art? Art is anything that you make. And this is my own definition of it. Art is anything that you make to express yourself, your ideas, what you believe in. So yeah, so whether it's you expressing yourself through a painting, a drawing, or editing, or filmmaking like I do, or a podcast, whatever, it's anything that you make and create to express one's thoughts, ideas, passions, dreams, all that stuff. How does art affect people? Well, it's different for every person, you know? Like, art affects me in a very positive way because I love art. It's part of my life. But sometimes, what if someone looks at a painting and they're like, "I don't like that art"? Well, it could affect them in a negative way. So it all depends. What does it mean to you to be an artist? Everything. If I didn't have art in my life, Fears would be a very, 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 very sad person. I love painting. I don't do it a lot, but whenever I do get the chance to paint, I love to paint. Fears, every once in a while, I need to get back to doing my little hilarious doodles. I haven't done any doodles in a while. I love editing. I love filmmaking. I love making a story from beginning, middle, end, you know. What was the very first piece of art that you ever did? That I ever did? Probably before Fears Man. I made a homemade ornament in art class. This is as far back as I can remember. We took a pine cone, and I took a pine cone and I tied red string to it so I could hang it up on my Christmas tree. And I threw a shitload of sprinkles and sparkles on it. And then I glued little jelly beans and shit to like the branches of the pine cone, and I glued other shit to it, and then I gave it to my mom, and for a couple of years she hung it on the tree. But then, of course, since I put food on it, it started to rot, like the jelly beans and shit. So then my mom had to throw it away. But for a couple of years, it lasted. So yeah. All right, here we go. So if you guys have got any questions about my art or art in general, please put them in the comments. Please put that in the comments. Ask away. Ask away. All right. Next art question. Let's see here. How is throughout time? How has art changed your life? I mean, it's changed my life a lot. You know, if my friend wouldn't have introduced me to YouTube in film school, then we wouldn't have this wonderful platform and all the wonderful content and all the wonderful fans that you guys are. And I appreciate all my loving and loyal fans. So I can say, hey, thanks to my film school buddy for telling me what YouTube was, because I had no idea what the fuck it was. He even helped me set up. I set up Fears Vlogs by myself, but he helped me set up Fears Man 26, the very first channel, because I had no idea how to do it. And I was like, what the fuck is YouTube? And he's like, here, let me show you, Fears. He goes, let's go to class. And then after class, he goes, we'll go to the lunch lounge. And I remember we actually made Fears Man. It was either in the lunch lounge or in study hall. I can't remember, but it was in college. We sat down. He's like, it's very easy to make a channel, Fears. He's like, you got any pictures or anything? And I went, yeah. He goes, put a picture up for a profile, and then you just do this. You write a little statement like what your channel's all about, and then you just start uploading some videos. And I was like, oh. Okay, and I looked at him and I was like, and it's free? And he goes, yeah, it's totally free. I went, oh, sweet. I'm like, right on. I'm like, well, that works. Fears has been doing it ever since. Ever since. What determines a great art piece? Well, I guess that would depend on your taste. That would depend on your taste. Fears is yet to go to an art museum in Florida, but it's on my bucket list. And I'm going to do it as a vlog because I love art. I love art. And all forms. Painting, sculpting, writing, acting, filmmaking, all that. All that shit. Fears even, when I was a wee little lad, my mom made me do tap dancing. That's a form of art. Don't ask me to do anything. I only remember a couple of steps. But Fears refuses to show on camera my tap dancing skills. But I've never asked my mom why. She just put me in tap dance. But later on I said, well, I did ask her, I'm like, why didn't you put me in acting and art classes because I love that more? She goes, well, I thought you'd enjoy tap dance. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't remember much of it because I did tap dance from like age 4 to age 7. So I kind of remember bits and pieces of it, but I've always wanted to ask Mom, why tap dance? But eventually my parents gave me art classes, and eventually they gave me acting classes, and then film and all that kind of stuff. But it was like way later in my life. So there it is. But there it is. That's all you get, little tap dance. I'll be honest, I do remember a few steps, but I don't remember many steps. But yes, at one time, Fears did do a little tap. Grapefruit Monster says, tap dance is a form of art. It is. It is a form of art, you know? I would say anything, painting, sculpting, writing, drawing, acting, tap dance, movies. People even consider bodybuilding a form of art. It's what you think. Like, really, if you think about it, anything can be art. It depends on your view. Like, there's a lot of forms of art out there. Like, my favorite types of art, I love writing, I love painting, I love drawing, and then I love filmmaking and editing, video together. And I think video, like filmmaking and editing, it's the most expressive way. That's in my opinion. I'd say the second is probably painting. Is the second best way to express an idea or a thought or something like that. All right, next question. In the world today, how much power does art have? Lots of power. I mean, there's a shitload of art museums all over around the world. Hello, the fucking Mona Lisa. Great painting. I've always wanted to see it. I've seen pictures of it. But I've always wanted to see, the lady in real life. She's in Italy, I believe. Italy or France, I can't remember. Also, Bond tactical soap helps. You know what? I'm just going to Google this. I have to find out what the fuck this is. Watch, I'll Google it and hit images, and it'll be some crazy shit. All right. Give me 1 second, Visions. You guys are going nuts. Let's see. Pictures of Bond tactical soap. Oh, God. What is it? Okay, so it's a normal bar of soap. Thank God. I was thinking, I was like, all right, goth, bondage. I'm like, what the fuck is this? All right. So it's kind of it's a square bar of soap. Okay. A natural soap that enhances status, masculinity, attractiveness. Okay. Well, I don't use tactical soap, but I use that man soap that you can get from Walmart. Oh, what the hell is it called? It comes in a bar just like this, Visions. But what the hell is the name of it? It's I can't remember the name. I'll just fucking grab it. I'll just grab one. I can't remember what it is. Booyah! Right there. This is the soap Fears uses. Dr. However you say that. And they were doing a limited edition Star Wars one, so of course I had to get the Star Wars one. So this is the one that I use. But apparently Visions likes this tactical Bond soap. So yeah. But it comes in a big square, just like that. I was getting scared, though. I was like, bondage, soap, tactical. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? So I just had to quickly Google this. And I thought I was going to see some, like, crazy pictures, Visions. I was like, oh, God, what the hell is this? So thank God it's just a bar of soap. But I was worried for, like, half a second. So, yeah. It's named after James Bond. Oh, that's what's up. That's Dove. No, it's not Dove. Ladies always yell on the goth smells good when they get a whiff of me. Better not be Dr. It is Visions. What, you don't like this brand? You don't like that? What's wrong with this brand? I've never had any problems with this brand. I've never had any problems with this. So, yeah. I guess Visions isn't a fan. So, yeah. Yeah, that isn't good. You need to give you the edge. Okay. You guys have brought up this soap before, too. But hey, listen, if it attracts ladies, then there you are. Because Fears... Violet, I just want to let you know, Fears has been on quite the dry spell. I'm sure Visions has told you. I have not had a date in not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 long years. And it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So I can't wait to find a nice lady, nice, respectable. A Christian lady would be nice, because I am a Christian. You know, I'm not asking for much, you know. Not asking for much. By the way, I got church this Sunday, guys. So me and Sam are hanging out tomorrow. We're going to lunch. So me and Sam are going out to lunch, golfing, and then after golfing, because I got to redeem myself, Joy Boy. My golf game, it just was not there the last time. So hopefully tomorrow, my mini golf game comes back. Because usually I'm really good. Usually I'm in there. I'm pretty good, but I wasn't that good last time. And then after that, we're doing a big video game live stream tomorrow after golf. So look out for that. And then Sunday, they're doing a soup and salad lunch. So I'm looking forward to that right after church. And then I've got church because I haven't been to church in 2.5, 3 weeks because I've had some shit to do. Well, I got to get to the store, guys, and buy some more coffee, and I got some other shit to do, and I'm going to do some editing tonight, because, by God, I've not uploaded a vlog in quite a while. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll probably do art questions part deuce some other time, because nobody asked any art questions, and I wanted you guys to ask art questions, and I only got through a couple of art questions on the internet, but I have got to go before the store closes. But anyway, Violet, very nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Violet is Lord Vision's friend. So, Visions, thanks a lot for you coming to hang out. Thanks a lot for everybody coming to hang out. And thanks a lot to Visions for bringing his friend to hang out. There it is. So, Violet, maybe I'll get to see you whenever I come. But Visions, keep me updated on when you and your lady are going to go on vacation. Because I was telling everybody, if I can come and visit Visions this year instead of next year, the sooner the better, because Fears Man wants to hang out with Lord Visions. 2, I need a vacation. I need a vacation. So, yeah. So, yep. So, let me knows, buddy. Let me knows. And then I'm starting to plan out when I'm going to go visit my mom. So, I'll let you know when I'm going to go visit my mom, Visions, so we can work out the details. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my buddy, my pal, Randall, Cameo Man 2021, check him out, and check out his second channel at The Mayor of Magic. Subscribe to Fears Man 26, the main channel on YouTube. Subscribe to what you're watching right now, Fears Vlogs. Check out Visions, Lord Visions, at www.exhumvisions.com. And what do I always say? Buy some cool shit. Buy it. Buy now. Buy the whole goddamn store. Buy it. Buy. Buy some cool shit. Why? Because Lord Visions is a cool motherfucker. That's right. And he's my buddy and he's my pal. Support his business. Support his business. And I guess if you want to, you can follow Fears on TikTok at FearsMan26. All right. Fears loves you. Fears cares about you. I'm taking off.